Hi, I'm Bridget Klein. Today we're going to do a chair yoga practice that's going to focus on the spine. It'll be about an hour long, and thank you for joining me. Alright, we'll start with just feeling our feet on the ground. You could have your eyes open or closed. Hands could come to the belly, and we'll start with the three-part breath, starting with the belly. Just feel the belly expand as you inhale. As you exhale, the belly's coming in. As you inhale, the belly's expanding. As you exhale, the belly's coming in. And the eyes can be opened or closed. Inhale, belly expanding. Exhale, belly's coming in. We're going to add on to this breath. We'll take one hand onto the rib cage and one hand staying on the belly. On the inhale, feel the belly expand, ribs expand. Exhale, feel the ribs come in, and then the belly. So inhale, belly, then ribs. Exhale, ribs, then belly. So again, inhale, belly, ribs. Exhale, ribs, then belly. Last one, inhale, belly, ribs, then ribs, belly. We're going to take that hand that's on the ribs and place it up onto our sternum, onto our chest. So we'll inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Good job. And you can stay with this kind of three-part breath throughout the class, or you can start to move into what's called Ujjayi breath, which is just a more loud breath where you're breathing through your nose, kind of widening the back of your throat. On the exhale, you take the hands down to the knees, and I like to just give a few circles around the knees. So when we do this motion for the knees, it actually can help to bring more fluid to the area, which can help with mobility. So just give a little attention to the knees, and then you can kind of start to move it up to the thighs. And I like to kind of take these long strokes up and down the thighs a couple times. Good job. And then we'll land the hands on the knees. We're going to start, we have a cat and cow spine. So let's turn to the side just so you can see. We're going to inhale, start to arch the spine. Exhale, you're going to round the spine. So inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. And again, you can stay with that three-part breath that we started with, or you can start to move into Ujjayi breath, or you can stay with a normal, calm, slow breath. So inhale, get into a back bend. Exhale, you go rounding. So do be aware that if you have osteoporosis in your spine, you might decide to just come to a neutral spine instead of round. Or if you have any other recommendation or any other diagnosis from your doctor or anything where you wouldn't round the spine, then of course listen to your doctor. Do what's best for you. Option to have the neck involved in this arching and rounding, or to keep the neck out of it. And again, you could be doing this with the three-part breath. If you're doing it with the three-part breath, then you're probably going to be moving a bit slower. And if you've never done this cat and cow spine with the three-part breath, it can be really interesting. Feeling belly, ribs, chest expand, exhale, feel chest, ribs, belly. Alright, so as we're starting to move, if you feel the need to add extra movements, then feel free to add any extra movements. I'm a big supporter of intuitive motion, intuitive movement, so feel free to add as much of your own kind of feelings and your own movement or a variation on this that feels good for you. So it might be a side to side, it might be slower, or maybe really rounding back and maybe just a little bit coming forward, or maybe really coming forward and then a little bit coming back. Now there's the option, as we come into this back bend, option to slide the hands to the hips. Exhale, hands would come to the thighs or to the knees. Inhale, hands to the hips. Exhale, hands to the thighs. Good job. We're going to do about 2 more breaths. We're starting to bring some awareness to the spine. And you might just start to feel into the spine. What does it feel like it wants today? What does it feel like it needs? If this doesn't feel right for you, for this sort of motion, feel free to change it. All right, from here we're going to make sure the feet are about hip width apart just to feel nice and stable. Feel your feet pressing into the mat. And inhale, start to reach the arms up towards the sky. Good job. On the exhale, we're going to take a little twist. The left hand is going to come over towards the right knee. Right hand's going to come back by the chair, and I'm not mirroring today, so you can follow me and mirror me, or you can take left hand to me. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, twist over to the other side. Good. We're going to start to just move through this as a flow. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, twisting over. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you over. Last one. Inhale brings you up. Exhale brings you over. This time we're holding for about 3 breaths. Just feel that nice long inhale. And again, you could be doing belly, ribs, chest. Chest, ribs, belly. Option to have the head involved in this. Inhale, we're coming to center. Exhale, we're twisting over to the other side. And again, we're holding for about 3 breaths. Feeling belly, ribs, chest. Chest, ribs, belly. Belly, ribs, chest. Chest, ribs, and belly. Good job. On the next inhale, you're going to start to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, as long as it's okay for you to flex your spine, you're starting to come forward. Option to let the head drip down. And maybe that means you're here. Maybe that means you're up here. Or maybe you're down here. Doing what's right for you. Not trying to be like anyone else, but just feeling where it feels good for you. Good job. We're going to inhale, start to reach the spine back up towards the center. Good job. And feel the feet pressing into the ground. Feel the spine nice and long. As if there's a string on the top of your head pulling you upward. Now we'll inhale, start to bring the shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, release the shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders are coming up by the ears. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, shoulders down. Nice long spine. Inhale here. Exhale, chin down towards the chest. Inhale, roll the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, the chin, chest. Inhale, roll it over to the other side. Exhale, the chin, chest. And follow your breath. Slow inhales, slow exhales. Next time that you inhale, we'll start to bring the head to center. And I like to think about kind of drawing a circle with the top of the head. So if there's a pencil on the very top of the head and you're trying to draw a circle on the ceiling or the sky above you. So a few times in one direction and a few times in the other direction. And maybe it feels sticky in some parts of the circle. Maybe it's more challenging or less challenging than you thought, sort of thing. Then the head's going to come to center. We'll inhale here. Exhale, you're going to turn the face to face down like you're trying to look at your armpit. The that left hand can stay right where it is or can move to the chair, maybe even grab the side of the chair. We're going to inhale, the other arm up and over, maybe grabbing towards the ear, maybe the back of the head. So you can play now with where exactly you want to turn your head. So maybe staying right here. Maybe you feel like you want to turn the head more, maybe a little less. The hand on the head is just giving you a little bit of extra weight, but we're not really yanking it down. We're taking a couple breaths here, maybe feeling a little bit extra in this arm, and the more you kind of pull down with this hand, the more you might feel. You could also play with taking the arm out wide, maybe reaching it further down than the chair. So just remember, the cervical spine is also part of the spine. So sometimes I feel like when we talk about spine mobility, we only think about the thoracic and lumbar, so lower below the shoulder blades. But remembering the neck is also part of that beautiful spine. And what's happening in the whole spine will change what's happening in other parts of it. When you're ready, go ahead and release the hand down, release the head. We'll take a couple shoulder circles before I move on. Noticing kind of what this side of your neck feels like after that stretch. Okay. Then we're going to turn over to the other side. So starting with trying to kind of look towards your armpit. So the hand that's away from where the face is turning is going to maybe come to the chair, maybe grabbing the side edge of the chair. The other arm is going to reach up and over, and it's going to grab somewhere in the back of the head. And you can play with your hand position, you can play with your head position, and try to find a spot that just feels like a really good stretch for you, which might be different than it was on the other side. And we're taking a couple breaths here. And again, the other hand could be grabbing the chair. You could decide maybe you want to reach beyond the chair. Maybe you want to take the arm out wide. You're noticing your breath, feeling belly, ribs, chest. If you're staying with that 3-part breath, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. You always want to breathe in through the nose. You can breathe out through the nose or the mouth. Inhale, start to bring the head back to center, release the arm, head's nice and level, and we're going to just take a couple more shoulder circles, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down. From here, let's really let the shoulders kind of start to settle downward. We'll inhale, exhale the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, we're going to roll the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, the chin down towards the chest. Inhale, left ear over towards the left shoulder. Exhale, the chin to chest. Inhale, you're rolling up to one side. Exhale, rolling back down. Inhale, rolling upward. So I like to stay with half circles. It can be a little irritating on some of the muscles in your neck if you let your head flop back. So taking full circles sometimes can irritate certain muscles. So I usually stay with half circles, but if you really love full circles, then feel free to go for your full circles. Inhale, bring the head back to center. And we'll do a couple chin tucks, and then I'll move on to other parts of the spine. So first you're going to exhale, bring kind of the chin in towards the neck. Try to relax. Good job. Inhale again, bring the chin back in. Exhale, relax. Inhale, chin in. And we're going to hold here now. Notice what the rest of the spine has done. So a lot of times when we're moving the neck, a lot of times the hips will want to try to move with the neck. You just notice if that's happened to you. It might not have. Inhale again, start to release it. And we'll just kind of do a little bit of intuitive motion. letting the head kind of move wherever feels good for you. All right, from here we're gonna start to press into the feet. We're coming up to standing for a moment. So find a good stance. We're gonna turn the chair. I like it so the back is kind of facing me. You can also use a wall for this as well, or you can take the lower version, depending on your mobility. But I'll start by demoing the back of the chair. And so I'm gonna put the blanket over the back just to make it a little bit softer on my arms. We're gonna inhale, start to reach up, and you can always use a wall if you have any challenges with balance. You're gonna inhale here. Exhale, we're starting to fold over the chair. So you could have the hands here, you could have the elbows here, you could maybe stack the head onto the hands. So the wall variation, you would be pushing your hands against the wall and starting to let yourself come down. If you're not feeling very much of a stretch here and you feel like you want a little bit more, you could turn the chair to the shorter edge and it would be the same thing. Maybe hands, maybe elbows, maybe hands. If you're kind of feeling like you're in the middle and you need a little bit of one step higher, maybe fine. You can always bring blocks, and you can play with even balancing blocks on the back of the chair. Just being mindful that the blocks could always slip. So we're holding here for a few breaths, wherever you're at. And if you're going as far as you can go, sometimes it can actually be really nice for your system to back out a little. So a lot of times we push ourselves as hard as we can on some days, and then we realize maybe we went a little bit too hard, maybe we've been a little bit too aggressive with ourselves. It can be a really good practice of self-care sometimes to back out when we're doing these movement exercises. All right, from here we're going to inhale slowly, coming up. So we'll take the chair. So if you've watched my other chair video, you'll see that we did a similar thing. Option to step the foot on top of the chair. And you could do this with the chair facing you or the chair facing away. I'm going to move the blanket for a moment. So sometimes having the chair facing you so you can hold on to the chair can be nice. If you're playing with trying to get a nice long spine, then using a wall could be better. We're going to start to bring the foot maybe up to the chair, or if you can't quite get it there today, maybe grabbing a block or a book and putting it on a block or a book instead. We're going to be working our way into a twist. So we'll inhale here. Exhale, you're going to start to twist towards the standing leg. And you could be on block, you could be on the chair. If the hand's on a wall, you're going to be kind of walking the hand kind of away from the leg. We're taking a few breaths here, feeling belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Good job. Last one. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, slowly coming out of the twist. And we're going to take it over to the other side. So, turning the chair, however you like to stand. We're going to start with that forward fold. So, inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, folding over, grabbing maybe the back of the chair, maybe the front of the chair. Maybe you're folding onto a block. Maybe the hands are just staying here for today. Maybe the hands decided to come to the wall. And it's up to you really if you want to make this a spine rounding pose or if you want to keep more of a neutral spine as you hinge at the hips. And you'll feel it at different places depending on what you're doing with the spine. Maybe you're letting the spine really round, or maybe you're thinking more of a neutral spine. One more exhale. Inhale, we're slowly coming up. Good job. And then we're taking the twist on the other side. So this time the left leg is going to either step on the block or step up on the chair. Maybe the hand is on the wall. We'll inhale here. Exhale, we're starting to twist towards that leg. Maybe the hand on the wall or in the air is moving away from the bent leg. And again, option to be taking that 3-part breath, filling belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Last one, inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, you're coming out of the twist. Go ahead and move the chair to face whichever direction you'd like to face it now. I'm going to turn it to the right side for me. Option for blocks on either side of you. And yeah, I like to kind of sit on my yoga blanket to help my spine keep a more neutral spine. We're going to take the legs really wide, heels in, toes out, and we'll start to kind of just round and unround that spine. So it's kind of like cat and cow, but the focus is going to be kind of untilting and untilting the tailbone. There are the hips. So tilting and untilting the hips. And you might be able to feel these front kind of hip bones, the ASIS. And I like to take my palms and try to see if I can find them with my palms. And then take the fingers and try to find your pubic bone. And what we're trying to do is we want to eventually stack the pubic bone right under the hips so that we're making kind of a triangle. So the triangle is not tilted, maybe, you know. So some people might have their pubic bones more back than the ASIS. Some people might have it more forward. We want to try to stack them right on top of each other. Good job, creating a good foundation for our spine. And inhaling here. Exhaling here. We're going to inhale, take the right hand up and over towards the left. Option to look down at the ground, keep looking straight up or straight towards me or up towards the sky. So this is the place where maybe you decide to grab the block. So maybe the hand's coming towards the block. We're going to inhale, start to bring the right hand down, the left hand's going to start to come up and over. And we're just going to start to bring that left hand towards the right side. You could be looking down towards the ground, straight ahead, or up towards the sky. And a good practice to kind of add into this is the head might be looking in a certain direction. Can you turn the eyes to look even further in that direction, starting to wake up our eyes a little bit more. Again, option to be grabbing the block on the floor. Inhale, we're going to come back to center. We're going to start to move as a flow. Exhale, moving over. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, over to the side. This time we're holding for 3 breaths. Maybe you're playing with a 3-part breath. Belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale, taking it over to the other side. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, coming all the way back up. Exhale, hands are coming to the thighs. And we're gonna just take one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. And then inhale to center. Exhale, one shoulder forward, one shoulder back. To center. So we're just kind of going back and forth with the shoulders. Exhaling as we bring one forward. Inhaling as we come back to neutral. Exhale as you bring one forward. And you're moving as fast or as slow as your breath is wanting to take you to.
Oh, finally. Here he is. There. We were actually filming a movie, a real life.
Good. Following your breath. This is one of my favorite poses. This movement here is really nice. Good. We'll start to come to center. You can feel your seat, and you might even take a couple more of this rounding and arching of the tailbone, the hips, and then find your neutral. We're going to take a variation on Malasana pose. So this seated variation, you could bring blocks or books underneath your feet. So we're getting a little bit more of flexion in the hips, a little bit more flexion in the knees, a little bit more flexion in the ankles. Don't mind my little one walking through. So you could have the feet flat on the blocks, or you can even move the blocks into different settings. Find the setting that works for you. You could stack more blocks, you could stack books. So the higher that you lift your feet, the more flexion is going to happen in the hips. So again, this is a really great pose to bring more mobility to our hips, more mobility to our knees, more mobility for our ankles. Really pressing into the feet. If you're not quite getting as much as you'd like here, you can always use the chair and play with coming down lower on the side instead of seated. You could come down over here, maybe use blocks underneath your tailbones so that you're not feeling very much. And it is okay for the ankles to lift. But remembering, it's also nice sometimes to find a gentler version of a pose, especially if you always do the pose the same way every time. Sometimes mixing it up, taking a slightly different version, even if it feels easier or more gentle. Sometimes you can get a lot of more progress by just giving yourself some different variations. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to move the feet off of the blocks. We are going to shift ourselves over towards the left side. We'll start to turn the right foot towards the right short side of the mat. The left leg is going to start to stretch long. So the toes on the left leg, you can really have them facing whatever direction feels good for them. So if you want a more traditional version of this, then the toes are going to angle towards that right side. But being kind and gentle to yourself, if you feel like your toes need to face a different way, that's okay. The right toes are going to be trying to go towards that right short side of the mat. You can adjust yourself so that you have this right thigh on the mat. The left leg is gonna go so wide. So a variation of our warrior two pose. We'll inhale the arms out wide. Good job. Exhale, go ahead and release the arms down. Inhale the arms out wide. Exhale, the right hand is gonna come to the right thigh. That left hand arm is gonna swing forward and over, getting a nice side body stretch. So a lot of times the side of this, our torso, can cause some different pulling and different challenges for our spine. So the more we can bring some opening to the side body, usually can help us. If you're not feeling much stretch here, you can come to your elbow, or you can maybe even bring a block down to the ground. You're going to take about 3 breaths here. You could be looking down at the ground, straight ahead, or up towards the sky. Again, if you're looking down or up, you might decide to try to see if you can look even further with your eyes. Nice big inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, we're coming all the way back up. We'll take the heels in, toes out. Shift yourself back towards center. We're going to take the hands back onto the thighs, and we're just taking these shoulders movements again. Exhale, one shoulder in, shoulder back. Inhale brings you to neutral. Exhale is getting some of that spine movement, some of that shoulder movement. Inhale, bringing you to center. We're going to shift again the hips this time over to the right side so that the left thigh is more on the mat. The left toes are facing towards the left side. The right foot's going to start to extend long. And again, the toes could be kind of angling towards the left, or you can change kind of where it feels best for your leg. Option to have a block on this left side. Left toes are facing the left short side of the mat. And inhale the arms out wide, warrior two. Exhale, release the arms down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale the arms out wide. Exhale. We're going to take that left hand onto the thigh somewhere. The right arm's going to swing forward and come over by the ear. And you can stay right here. Head be looking down, straight ahead, or up towards the sky. Maybe you're coming down to your elbow. Maybe you're coming down over to your block. And you can get into that 3-part breath if you like. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale again, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Inhale, come all the way back up, warrior two. Exhale up. Inhale, the arms are coming up. Closer to heel, to the feet back in. Move the hips back to center. Heels in, toes out. We're taking our shoulders again. Exhale, one shoulder in, one shoulder back. Inhale, center. Exhale, shoulder in, shoulder back. Good job, moving at your own pace. Taking these nice, slow, enjoyable breaths. And you see, maybe you can kind of change change it in some way. Maybe you pull the shoulder more sidelong instead of down. Just notice what happens if you make slight little micro movements differently. Good job. We're going to inhale, take your arms out wide. So palms are going to face forward, and then we're just trying to almost bring like the shoulder blades together. So shoulder blades pulling together, inhale forward, exhale shoulder blades together, inhale forward, exhale shoulder blades together. Good job. Next time you exhale and bring the shoulder blades together, I'll take a big inhale here. Feel your chest really open. Exhale, go ahead and release the arms down. Inhale, we're going to start this side to side again. Inhale over. Good job. Well, inhale, bring it over. Exhale, let's hold it here. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, we'll start to move in the side stretches now. Through the exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, over. Following your breath, following your rhythm. You could be using the blocks. I've been kind of using the floor or the side, one of the feet of the chair. Following your breathing, enjoying this for just a moment. And then we'll inhale, start to bring it to center. Exhale here. Inhale, shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, shoulders up by the ears. Exhale, shoulders down. Good job. We're going to heel toe the feet closer in together. Feet about hip width apart. We'll start to cross the right leg over the left. Maybe down here. Maybe up higher by bringing a block. Maybe you can get it all the way to the knee. A little bit of a hip stretch. So the hips also have a lot of influence on what the spine is doing. If the hips are really tight, it can be hard to keep a nice neutral spine. So wherever you are, we're going to just do a little bit of rocking for that hip, just to bring a little bit more fluid into the hip space. So you could be rocking on the floor, you could be rocking on a block or a book. You could be rocking on your thigh. Good job. We'll start to find kind of the center of that rock. We'll inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to hinge at the hips. And you're just taking this as far forward as feels good for you. You can keep the spine neutral, or you can start to let the spine relax and move. So again, if it could be here, it should be on the ground. You're taking it to the spot that feels good for you. Inhale, we're slowly coming up. Nice long spine. Go ahead and release the leg. And go over to the other side. So you can help to kind of lift the leg wherever the spot would like to be. Option for blocks or books to be placing the foot on. Again, you might have to grab it and lift it up. Find a spot where you feel a little bit of stretch happening in the hips. And again, the intention here today is to stretch the hips in order to help free that spine. So our bodies, even though we like to work with them in different little sections, they're all interconnected. And what the hips are doing are going to have huge influence on what the spine is doing. So again, we're going to add some rocking here. Inhaling belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, belly. try to find that neutral spot for you, that spot that's kind of right in the middle of the rocking that you did. We'll inhale here. Exhale, hinge at the hips, starting to come forward and taking your version. Maybe as you come forward, maybe you decide the foot wants to be somewhere else on this side. Inhale, we're slowly coming up. Unwind the legs. And we're going to get back into that cat and cow spine that we did before. So first let's kind of bring a little bit of love to the knees, taking some circles around the knees. And then as we inhale, we're going to inhale, arch the spine, and the hands are going to slide back to the hips. Exhale, round the spine. The hands are coming back towards the knees. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round or that neutral spine again. Doing what's right for your spine today. Just noticing how different it might feel, or how it might feel different, how it might feel the same from the beginning of the practice. You're gonna stay with this. I'm just checking my camera. I have my littles running around today, so I'll make sure the camera is working for you, but you're staying with this. Inhale, arching, exhale, rounding. Double inhale here. Exhale. Nice neutral spine. Inhale, feel the neck nice and long. Exhale, we're slowly going to start to fold forward. You can fold as far as you'd like. You can always stack blocks as I have them. You could have them on the feet, on the ground. Taking about 5 breaths, we're starting to let the spine really relax. Inhale, slowly. Inhale, tail the feet out wide again. So heels in, toes out. We'll inhale the arms up and kind of interlace the hands behind the head. So heels in, toes out, elbows out, hands behind the head. If you can't quite do that because of shoulder restrictions, then feel free to keep the shoulders here or to keep the shoulders here. We'll inhale here. Exhale, we're going to bring the left shoulder down towards the left side. And then we're going to start to swing it forward. And then we're ending up on the other side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, you're coming down. So kind of making a circle with the torso. Inhale is moving you upward. Exhale is moving you back downward. Moving nice and slow. And making this motion as big or as small as feels okay for you. We're going to change directions. Inhale, shoulders are moving upward. Exhale, shoulders are moving back down. Great job. From here, we're going to start to press ourselves up off of the chair. We'll move the chair to kind of the side of the mat. So you could skip this final version if for some reason you can't get down to the mat. But if you at all can, it's a really good practice to work your way to come down. I have some bees that decided to come check me out. Okay, we're gonna slowly work our way down. I don't know why I have these bees coming over to me. Okay, from here we're gonna just slowly work our way all the way down to the mat. And once you're down, we'll play with trying to bring the feet to the chair. Again, if you can't kind of come down to the mat today, then feel free to just sit in the chair for a few breaths. Taking some nice good breaths here. We're gonna take a couple minutes with this pose, and then we'll move into our Savasana. So let the mat really hold the weight of the lower legs. Let the mat hold you here. And again, you could be playing with that 3-part breath. When you feel ready, you'll start to move the feet into the edge of the chair. If you're sitting on the chair again, maybe taking this last few So you'll just be sitting on the chair. Options are to bring the knees closer into the chest, maybe take some circles for the knees. Whether you're sitting on your chair or on the mat, you might start to bring the feet down to the ground if they're not already, and just move the knees left and right. So you could do this on the mat or on the chair. So if you're on the chair, and a little bit more like this. And so then if you're in the chair, the feet are going to be flat down onto the mat. You might even scoot yourself back to start feeling some support from the back of the chair. You could bring rocks or a blanket behind you to get a different and more supported neutral spine. So you could take this and maybe palms up as your version of Savasana. Or if you're on the mat, if you have the legs on the chair and you're on the mat, then you're going to start to bring the feet about the width of the mat. The heels kick out wider, toes out wider, heels in, toes out. Palms are going to face up towards the sky. You could walk the shoulder blades underneath you. Nice long neck. And you're starting to find your way in to Savasana, just feeling some slow inhales, some slow deep exhales. Eyes could be open or closed. You could be doing this in a seated position, or you could be hanging out on your mat. Completely relaxing, completely surrendering to the mat, floor underneath you. Allowing yourself to completely relax. If you're on the mat, there is always that option for the feet to go out the width of the mat and maybe the knees drop together. You're doing what is allowing you to feel more surrender in your body, starting to feel the ground underneath supporting you, whether the chair supporting you or the leaf. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, starting to bring movement back into your body. Doing whatever intuitive movement feels good for you. Eventually starting to bend the knees. So you might even pull them into the chest for a moment. Give yourself a little hug. If you're seated in your chair, then just pressing into the feet. Maybe moving the spine a little bit left and right. If you're sitting on the floor with me, you might roll to your side and slowly start to press into your hands. Slowly, gracefully starting to work your way up to either onto a seated position on the floor, or you can press yourself up into a seated position on your chair. The feet are going to come flat. Your feet are going to press down into the floor. The spine's going to be nice and long. We'll inhale, start to reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, go ahead and release the arms down towards the ground. I know, and this is the end of class. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, the hands are coming down to your chest. Inhale here. Exhale, the chin down. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Namaste. You had to let me end it, you see? You couldn't just